Have you ever wanted to train your brain so that you were more funny or quick-witted around people? Or maybe you wish you were better at retaining information? Or maybe you're like me and you just wish that you could get rid of this brain fog. I'm Jana Henneman, and today we're talking about one easy, simple tool you can use every day to help you train your brain so that you get more of what you want. Before we delve into the how, let's talk about the what. The brain, and more specifically, the human brain. What a magnificent tool. The human brain is so complex. It's amazing. It's comprised of around 86 billion neurons that make up complex neural networks. And these networks help us to problem solve, recognize patterns, process information, and adapt and change, also known as neuroplasticity, which is very important for this video. In essence, our brain is a problem-solving machine, and whatever questions you ask it, it will literally sift through the endless bits of information that is always available to us to answer the question that you ask. And not just any answer, it could be many answers. Whatever question you're asking, your brain is literally sifting through all the information to answer your question. Let me say that one more time. Whatever question you're asking yourself, the brain automatically goes to work sifting through billions of bits of information to answer that question. So why is this important? This one little piece of information can help you sift through billions of bits of information to find the answers you're actually looking for. Let's say that we experience something we don't like. And we ask ourselves, why does this always happen to me? You know what your brain does? It goes to work trying to answer that question. Why does this always happen to Jana? Let's go sift through billions and trillions of bits of information to answer that question. And you know what happens when your brain is sifting through all that information? It gives you more of that. You're literally telling your brain, more of this, please. Essentially, you are literally reaffirming an unwanted neural pathway in your brain. So for example, love my husband, Nick. I hope he doesn't watch this. He probably doesn't. He probably doesn't watch any of these. The point of it is this. The point is 2 out of 3 times that I drive with him, he finds some weird driver. Someone's always cutting him off or running a red light or on their phone or not paying attention. Someone's merging right into him. It's like he's invisible. And all I hear him ever say is, what, am I invisible to these people? When we go out and drive, and lo and behold, every time we go out driving, that's literally what happens. Mind you, then when I'm driving alone, most of the time I'm fine. I don't ask the same questions as he does. So if you're one of those people, the good news is we can start changing our trajectory by asking questions that we want the answers to. Ask your brain the right questions. And guess what? We have 3 very powerful questions that will start to help you shift and pick out the bits of information you do want to see. 3 little questions. Are you ready? Number 1, what would it take for me to fill in the blank? What would it take for me to make another client today? What would it take for me to earn more money this week? What would it take for me to feel more loved by my daughter? What would it take for me to fill in the blank? Very, very powerful question. Number 2, how can I fill in the blank? How can I earn more money? How can I feel more healthy? How can I lose weight without giving up pizza and burgers? Whatever it is, just ask the question. Number 3, how can it get any better than this? Anytime you're going through life and you experience something you desire and it's nice and you're feeling good about it and you're feeling grateful, how can it get any better than this? Your brain goes, well, let me show you. I actually have a friend who was having some money problems, and then she was introduced to these 3 questions. And she was sitting there, thinking about it, when she looked down and she saw a quarter. And all she asked was, how does it get any better than that? And she found another quarter. And then she asked again, how can it get better than this? Then she found $1. By the end of the day, just by asking that question, she ended up making a few bucks. Now, is it enough to live off of? No. But man, if she got really good at asking that question, she'd probably be finding like gold nuggets and diamond rings and bushes and stuff like that. Again, she was just telling her brain, how can it get better than this? Your brain goes, oh, well, here, I'll show you. And it's literally, again, sifting through all those billions, trillions bits of information to answer that question. Like with all things, this is going to take practice and patience. It's gonna take awareness. You don't go to the gym once, work out, get the body of your dreams, and go, I never have to go to the gym again. That's not how life is. It takes maintenance. You don't go and change the oil on your car once and go, I'll never have to change it again. I mean, unless you're changing out your car like every 2 or 3 months, but we don't change out our bodies and our brains every 2 to 3 months. Anywho, the next time you're feeling slightly annoyed or flustered or frustrated, start asking yourself these questions instead. The best part is you don't even need to sit there and wait for the answer. You don't need to sit there and ask yourself over and over and over again. Your brain is already trying to answer that question and it's running in the background. Have you ever forgotten the name of a really good book or a movie and it was driving you crazy? You're like, oh, what's the name of that movie? I can't quite think of it. And then the next day you're in the shower and boom, it just pops in. Yeah, that's your brain working for you. You ask a question, your brain goes to work on it. It works in the background and then it finally answers that question. So again, the 3 questions are, 1, what would it take for me to fill in the blank? How can I fill in the blank? And 3rd, last but not least, how can it get any better than this? Anywho, I'm Yana Henneman. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, leave us a comment or 2, and also sign up for our weekly newsletter. No fluff, just the good stuff, and I will see you this time next week.